Okay, hopefully I got everything working now. Does it say I have audio? Check, check, 1, 2. I don't see audio going on here. I think I may have a dead battery. Now that one's alive. Can you hear me now? I'll have to wait and see. Make sure that this one is muted. Good. And here we go, part 3. I was hoping to do this yesterday, but my body was not willing. But here I am building an MK3, my third Prusa build. I've built before this 2 MK2Ss. Oh, my daughter and I did those. So, just double check on here as well. Too much technology around this house. That's just me. I'll wait for this iPad. As mentioned before, I want to read through all the instructions with the online manual rather than the one that they send to you. Good, the audio works. So, one of the things that happened in the last couple of days is my bag of gummy bears got smaller. And the only ones in the house are me and the cats. So I have 2 gummy bears on the floor. They've been flicking them out and not quite eating them. And for some reason, I'm not seeing chat on here. Okay. Oh well. One of the things I was thinking about was how much better the base is for this over the MK2. The MK2 has threaded rods for the y-axis. And the thing about that is I moved my MK2. Let's see if I have it here. Yep, there it is. And when I moved it, I found one of these. My hand's moving right here underneath it. So these are one of the nuts from that axis. And then I know that part of your daily feeding and care of the MK2S was or is to go and tighten these from time to time. And obviously I haven't done that in a little while because that fell right off. Now, where are we? We are assembling the LCD panel. So let's dig out what we need for the LCD. There is nicely tightened bag here. Rip and tear, rip and tear. So, what do we have? We have nuts and screws, we have the panel, and we have the chip inside. This is not sealed. It's a Ziploc bag. So, check the cables. Please make sure that the cables are plugged in the correct order. Now, I take it this is where changes come. Oh, no. Yeah. The change is, looking at the manual, pictures show 2. With this now, they now have, in the manual they show 4 cables. They now show 2. It's interesting. Oh, okay. It's not 4 cables. They're just showing the cables outside the slots and then back in. So that's what they're doing. So they're just making sure that the red is on the right side. Right hand, I remember that now. I can be taught. So, okay. Okay, now, next bag has the holders. Cables facing towards me. Holder. There are 2. The difference is one of these has a lip. Okay, the one with the lip. Faces. Once again, my hands are shaking. Come on, you can do it. There we go. There. Yes, just double checking. The side with the lip goes over the SD card reader, which is right there. I think I mentioned Friday that this printer gets a Raspberry Pi attached to it, so I can do time lapses with it. Okay, these are on. Step 5. Press the LCD controller with the support into the cover as shown in the picture. Adjust the position of the supports if needed. Press as deep as possible. Must click under support in the center of the LCD cover, and that click is a little bit right here. Has to click under that. Line these up. Guess this has to slide in some more. There we go. There. There's a nice solid click. This one slid over when I clicked it in. There we go. Going to be adding 2 screws on the outer up here. So as long as Gus hasn't taken off with it, need 2 of these. Once again, you have to get these in right in the corner, which is kind of difficult, especially if you got hands like mine. So, whenever possible, cheat. Very handy. Get the hand there. Just these little fingers come out. And grab. And when you're dealing with a place like this, it's much easier to get things started. So one thing I noticed was yesterday my fingers were really sore. I'm using these keys. No, Gus, that's not for you. There's bubble wrap. You don't like bubble wrap. You really don't like bubble wrap. There we go. Not lining up nicely there, looks like. Should. Looks like it's straight in. There we go. Now it's bit. It really doesn't want to go in all that easily. So yes, although I slept most of yesterday, I did go on and spend some time on No Man's Sky. That's the game of choice right now. I'm playing on my own. I play No Man's Sky or Minecraft. And my high school buddy, he and I go hunting in Borderlands when he can. But age has hit him too because he spends a lot of time on computers for his work, and so he can't always hold a mouse. And that one's in. This one has a few turns to go. today I have spaghetti sauce being cooked, and I'm using frozen tomatoes from last year's crop. This year, no tomatoes. They all died when I had to go to Calgary for the family emergency. Oh well. My plums are coming along nicely, so are the grapes. Almost there. One more. Done. That one's good. Oh, I think I can get another turn on that one. It clicked in when I pushed it down. There, I'll leave it like that. Okay. Okay. We have our square nuts. Push them in. Where's that small key? Just make sure they're set all the way in. Down, not that one, not yet. There. Those two are good. Those two are in. That's step 7. Step 8. We need the access to the printer, have it face me. SD card can go to the side for now. I may have to access it from over here. Page back. And their attention on this one is to make sure that you've put the anti-vibration feet in. And they're there. And where'd the key go? A little bit of a turn. One, two. Okay. My fingers really aren't happy today. There we go. And last one. So my goal is to be able to do a test print today. We'll see how things go. Our major part for today is assembling the electronics. And doing final tightening on the diagonal. Doesn't call for it, just a good habit to be in. Alright. Don't disappear like that. Let's see, we're all in there. Assemble the knob. Knob assembled. LCD is done. Beating the cats to them, have a gummy bear. I have a textile sleeve for the next bit. We're putting the heat bed on. Okay. Dig out the heat bed. And the steel sheet can go aside for the moment. Now there are two types. One where this is soldered on here, and one without. So, without, go to step 3. One heat bed. One power cable, which is actually attached. Is that it? I've got a heat sensor. Let's pull out the bag and find out. That would be this part. I take it the other one is the heat sensor then. Cable. Some parts. Need 2 10s. One 10. Two 10s. What else do I need? 2 washers. Which are large washers. And there's one there. There are different sizes of washers in here. So I have to make sure I get the right one. What? Now The other ones aren't washers, they are separators, looks like little risers. Okay. And 2 nylon locks. Really? Oh, let's see. Oh, there's one. They're just hiding. One nylon lock. And the second nylon. There we go. It's very important to connect the power cable correctly. This one says ground and this one says VCC. All right. And the black wire has to be connected to the ground. So we use a washer, screw, and black goes to ground. Do not tighten too firmly. A little bit more than I have, but do not lock it right up. Hold it all out. Oh, it's not going anywhere. And I'll do the same for the red. Washer, nut, through the red. And nylon nut on the back. Grasp this. Where did I put the key? There it is. It's not going anywhere, but it's not super tight. Double check. Black is ground. So these have to be slightly angled. I think I need to tighten that one up a little bit more. Alright. They will be angled together, but leave a gap. Oh, okay. Now tighten. So. That's good there. That's good there. That came out a little bit as I did that. I need to angle this in. There. We have heat bed. We have our nylon sleeve. We have the covers. And we need three more. The M10s. 1, 2, 3. What else do we have going on here? We need 3 of the hex nuts. Should have a little tray here. Put those in. 1, 2, 3. This larger wrench to work there, just as a holding part. Alright, we got it. Have to embed the nuts on the connector cover. Not going in straight, but they are in, so when we tighten it up, we should settle that one in nicely. These ones are both partially out. We'll see how they use our favorite trick of, I can still feel my fingers from using this. On Friday. On. Set it right into place. Going in nicely now. Just takes time. So shiny, so new. And it's going to stay that way longer because we have the removable metal plate now, which is nice. I know my current heat bed definitely has a used look to it. Okay, tucked in. Okay, this part sticks out. Attached to the frame. One of these indents. And there. Let's see where we're working. Once again, you don't want to over tighten. There. Do not stretch thermal cable. Leave some slack. Oh, okay. Here's the black cable. It's going to get routed through here. This gets twisted around here some. And now we have the textile sleeve. So we just do a little bit of this. Just to get it started. Started way too forward. You want it right up the inside there. There. Make sure the cable's in the middle. It is. There's a little indent in here. For that, yeah, fits in nicely. We just add these two. And their comment is make sure that they're even. There. Let's get them started in here first. They fit. See if there's any comments on here. Don't talk about the problem I'm having. This really doesn't want to go on. Oh, maybe you've got this is where one of those micronut drivers would help. Okay, I can see the chat way over there, but I can't see chat here. Why? There we go. Doesn't want to let me scroll up. Come on, YouTube. You can do it. Show me the chat window. There we go. Yeah, I had to tilt them in there. The new gate belts. What are the new gate belts are you talking about here? There. Okay, now that one's going in too. Now let's try this again. Cable's in the middle. Key is lost and found. Get these in. Make sure I don't punch those nuts out. As I do this. I don't really look at them actually. They didn't go through. Why? Smooth there, smooth there. That's better. Nice and tight on both sides. And a little tweak. Good. That went in nicely. And finish putting the wrap on. Gus is guarding the gummy bear. I believe this textile wrap is also a nice addition. Although a lot of people with the MK2s, MK3s, especially for the extruder cable wrap, went to the chains. I never printed one of those. But they are nice. Who knows, maybe I'll print one for this. While I was having supper last night, I looked out the window and there's a hummingbird in my rose bush right outside the front window. Rather nice to see. I don't think I've seen one there before. I've seen them out back here, but not out the front of the house. My next major house improvement will be replacing this window because it's a window you can't really open. And nice to be able to have it open. Because of the studio, especially when I had the morning show on radio. And I did the show from this room, and first thing in the morning, the sun would be shining right in your eyes, so I have it all blocked off fairly well. Okay. Okay, that's done. Prepare the heat bed screws and spacers. Okay. These are angled ones, which we have 9 amber spacers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And where's number 9? 9. Okay. Yes. You have boxes elsewhere. Go play with those. The other boxes are boring. They don't have anything in there. Okay. Looks like I want to be looking at this head on. Another heat bed. No pacemakers, no metallic implants, or neurostimulators. Okay. That at the top. So. Okay. Here's one of our small Allen keys. I'm going to use this as a guide. go through. Yep. That won't go through that hole. So I do have to use the small one. Oh, this might be fun. Angle this a little bit more, make sure I'm lined up easier. Yeah, feels like it's right. See if we get a bite. First of all, I'm not lined up that way. There we go. On the next size up. There we go. Yes, it has a bite. We will not tighten fully, but we will update ourselves here. Use the pliers. Where is one of these? Let's use it. Make sure we're square. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely lined up. So now, okay, that probably was the hardest one to do. The rest should be very straightforward. Everything's in alignment. As long as I can hold my hand steady, I'll get these done. I'm still wondering what the new gates belts are. moving right along here. That can go. It's done its duty. Over trying to see why I still had 3, but I forgot there's one in the middle of the back to do. And the last one. And there we go. Well, I will double check. I can tighten these now. And there is a pattern for doing the tightening. We start in the center. Now we do the edges. And now the corners. And just out of habit, I'm tightening on the diagonal. Good. So, those are all done. Preparing the power supply. Just beside me, I need 2 screws with the dome heads and 2 of the 10s. And these are the M4s. These are the M10s. And we don't have to worry about what type of power we're feeding it. It's an automatic switch. Okay. Locate the 4 mounting screws. Push this to the front. And what do we have here? 1, 2. Identify 2. Oh, these 2 that we put in near step number 1 of the entire build. Okay, I'm going to want to be able to see it from that side, so rotate this. 2 larger ones. Cables here. Let's say where the cables have to be from under. Okay, at this point, they're on top. Side. Oh, that one. Not tightening. There we go. And our smaller key gears down, make sure we're lined up. Going in there, so there's the last one. Slide this over. There we go. Okay, they're all loosely on there, so what's our next step? Okay, make sure we're all in here. Now we can type. Actually, since these ones slide, make sure this one's tight first. loosen this off even more. I don't say it in the manual, but I think it's, I think you pretty much need to do these ones first. Tight, tight. 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 Okay. Gummy bear time. Electronics time. That can go away. This can go away. That one's going away. The filament holder. We'll have a short knife with us. Programming table. So, I'll take that out. Put the box out. And I know Gus won't be interested because I've taken all the interesting things out. Okay. Rambo time. This is the cover. Hinges. And screws. So a nut, which is square. There's and two of the M10s, 1 and 2. Slide it in. Okay. Step 3. It's in, I can see it. Step 4. Identify the mounting holes. These holes here, which are closest. These 4 holes on the inside and the ones we're using. Okay. Lower hinge is the small one. And the M10 goes through. Oh, there's a cutout for the head. Yes. Now I want to make sure I'm using the right hole here. So I can see a couple holes in that area. Let's take a look at this one. is the lowest one. Okay, and that'll be the inner one there. And Gus found the box. Hinge must be facing upwards. Gus is claiming the box. Okay, this is facing upwards. Place the Rambo door on the hinge. Now mount this one. Now my klutzy fingers are going to give us some problems. Want it on the door. And then got it. I just give the tightening the hinge slid around a little bit, so just straightening that out. Hold it in place with the thumb. Bottom one doesn't have that option. Okay, so step 6 is done. Up the X-axis cable. I just make note of the fact that it's shorter. The wrap is shorter than the actual cable because of course the cable itself has to go into the box. And as I mentioned with the MK2S, it gets crowded in there. See how full it is with this one. And there's a note here, there's different versions of the NC board. And the difference is one version, the LCD cables connect directly to the board, and the other one, there's a daughter board for them. So the wrap is done. So let's take a look at our board. That being a daughter board, I have version A. Prepare the cover page. Cover the base. Prepare the base. I need 6 nuts or 4 nuts, 6. Oh man, so I'm using all one of these. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 nuts. Okay, the parts we need. Step 10. Oh, we get to do this again. They all go in. Any of them go in? Oh, it went in all on its own. Oh no, I can't remember. This looks like there's more vents on it. Oh, they all went in okay. Yeah, they're in. Slide it in. Now, make sure I have it facing the right direction. Screw mounts go to the bottom. Okay. As usual with the first one, just fit it in enough for it. Makes it easier to get all the rest of them in. Go on, cooperate. Because I want to cooperate. Make sure I'm lined up. And that went in, but of course it knocked the nut out. There. Started nicely. And we're in. Mount the base. Holes with blue arrows will be used, which are the inner holes here, it looks like. See how we're going to do that? We'll just be sliding them on. Of course, this means my fingers have to be steady enough to get it started. Not knock it all over the place. Bring them in enough to be solid, but I'll get tightened up later. Hope I got the right bottom one. No, I don't. Take the cable from the x-axis motor and plug it in. It is the top connector. Okay. Where does it come through? Right here. So, it would be easier to plug it in and then punch the cable on like so. Have too much there. I have too much. Now, slide. They're both in. Oh, I was wondering how we're going to tighten it. It's a great system. You tighten it from the back. Is that one we do? The bottom we can actually get in from this side. As long as you can see it. There we go. Cable Management Part 1, Step 14. Okay, we're going to be using zip ties here, a lot of them. Cutters. Put it on its side. Now, starting with the Z-axis motor, which is this one. It goes underneath. And it has a nice hole on the inside. Put one of these twist ties through. Of course, I'm working at an angle. You can't see what's going on here. But it's the only way I can see what's going on. There we go. Okay, first tie done. Second one. Continue. Trying to make out the pictures here. Okay. Running the cable underneath there. And there are holes here for another twist tie. You can go out of the way. You can come up. And I put the twist tie in the wrong way. There we go. And get started anyway. Well, it's tight, but it's not so tight it's going to damage the cable. So up to step 17. Just past the belt here. There we go. Tight enough to be snug, not so tight it can damage your cable. Step 18. Take the LCD cables. And we go into the side of the extrusion. Do not overstretch. And we're in. Not that they're going to stay in, but okay. Let's try one at a time. One of them in. You can't see him, but Gus is sitting on the desk watching me. Am I doing it right, Gus? The second one doesn't want to fit in very nicely. Carefully fold them around the frame, which is here. Looks like they should go underneath here. There. Now, supposedly there's another set of holes for a zip tie up here. Okay. Looking at it, reason for confusion is they're showing number of cables. Okay, this cable. Where did it run into the picture here? Back in part 4, I missed doing this. So I'm going to clip this tie. redo it. And goes out, comes through, it's loose. That one's through it. Our Y-axis motor cable is through it. Did I miss anything else here? In the pictures, all the cables from the power supply unit. On Friday, with print fails, one of the things that came up was read the manual. How many people have actually done that? Others read the manual and read the manual. Pay attention to what it's actually saying. Okay. Now, that looks much closer to the picture. For these in here. Oh gosh. Hey. There we go. So all of these are on top of the LCD cable. Okay. This one does not include LCD cables on it. Just our other cable bundle. Got, there you go, guys. Step 20, cable management. Z-axis cable. Make sure I do this one right. Okay, this one. And everybody goes through. On this tie, including the LCD. LCD first, Z-axis, and everybody else. And it's emphasized here, put too much pressure on it when you tighten, you can damage the ribbon cable from the LCD panel. So. There. It's finger tight. Okay. Printer gets to go back on its feet. There you go. Back on your feet, boy. And one cable didn't make it in with those bundles. I will take care of that right now. I'll just zip tie it. The other cables there. Gus is wondering what's going on here. Oh, one of the feet popped off. All right, now the fun part. Wiring up the Rambo. Where are you? Use a zip tie to create a loop. Heat bed cable. Step 22, simply skip the nylon bit. Face right direction. Yep. Okay. Guess it's going to be easier just to start this. Come through. And a little bit of the nylon goes in there. Come on, stay. And once again, push this off to the side. Got it. And that's it. Not actually connecting anything at this time. We're just putting it on there. And it is important. It is crucial to connect the PSU and the HV cables in the correct order to the NC board. Positive wire must be connected to positive slot. Really? Okay. I have black and red and black. Okay. Positive is the red. Okay, once again, we're just adding stress to us to ensure that we have the correct wire going into the correct spot. So, first one in is red. That's on. And tight. And then we have our black. And black. Done. Second pair goes in. And red one first. Red and black. On. There we go. All your tug tests, they're all good. Okay. hotbed wires, these two. Okay, red is first. Red is in. Black. So we have red, black, red, black, red, black. Good. Connect the motors. Okay. Red, Y, next. X is already in. Want the Y. And where's the Y? Okay. Z's can go in. Here's the Y. Turn the right hand. Well, I couldn't see the Y. It's hiding up front. And once again, you got an old guy looking at a black connector going into a black socket. Okay. They're there. Pull these down some. Okay, the black and white cable, which is the PSU power panic and heat board thermistor cables. Okay. There's heat board one. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. That goes in the top. The third. Or the first if you're going in that direction. The black one goes right down. Okay, step 26 is complete. Find the nylon filament. You'll need it the next. Find the slot for it. There's the slot for it. On the inside, right there. Oh, okay. Step 27. You want pull this back some, grab our nylon filament, and put a couple of wraps around. Filament out. Now, once again, the following step needs patience. Be careful while pushing cables in. If you push too hard, you might break some of them. Okay. I'm hiding behind the frame here. What we're doing is this through the hole for the nylon. This way for me. All these cables have to work their way in through our holder here. Now, show it with see if I can do it this way. Yeah, have to have the wrap off to get the cables in there. Well, Gus, am I doing it right? No, I'm not, because I'm not giving you any gummy bears. A lot of room in there. So I should be able to get this wrap through. What's happening is when I start pushing the wrap through, the cables pop out of the hole. So, getting done this last bit. So I can get all the cables in fine. There we go. There. Making sure I have the wrap up there. I do think I have it all the way in, all the way out. Okay, step 28 done. Oh, another zip tie. Gus gave up on me and he's looking out the window now. As I mentioned the first part of this build, having these channels for zip ties is a great idea. It's one that you really should pursue adding into designs. Not that a lot of the stuff that I do needs something like that, but you try. There, that's in. Step 30, connecting the cables. Extruder heater, red cable pair. This is where it gets fun because there's not a whole lot of space around it here. Extruder heater is in. Left hot end fan, which is black. Let's take this bundle out some. Two, fan goes in here. Number 3, front panel fan. Red. Goes where? Top one. Three pin. Yeah, 3 pin. I does not want to go in. Click. Done. Filament sensor cable. Okay. Filament sensor cable goes where? In 4. Use the lower ones. Ensure that the red wire is on the right. This is my right. That's the red. And heat. It's in. Extruder motor. And R5 over here. It's crowded in there. And it's the bottom one. And it is dark in there. So let me see what's going on here. I think I should have brought this out to begin with. Okay. Five. One, two, three, four. No, where did that go? This extruder cable is a tight fit just because of all the other extruder cables that are in there. There, it clicked in. Okay, extruder cable is in. And the pin to probe up top. Which one? Green, yellow. Outer one, right? Yeah. it in here. All connected. LCD. Just carry 2 labels. One marked with the 1 and one marked with the 2. Looks like the second one would be easier to put in first. Now I think with Brenna's printer, when we assembled it, one of the earliest cables we put in popped out while we were doing the assembly. So I'm just going through and making sure everything's in. The one that concerns me is filament sensor, since it's just sitting on pins. It's not keyed in or anything. Verify all connectors again. Okay, it's not the pin, the probe. Yeah, the filament sensor. Filament sensor is the one that's my concern. Match. Neat's coming in from the top. I see they put around. Okay. Finalizing the card. With all of that. Close Rambo door. Make sure no wire is pinched. It's going through here. This is the challenging part. The nut had slid out some. There we go. Anti-vibration feet are already on. We have a couple different designs for spool holders. Not that there's anything around for long because I have the multi coil unit on order. It's the thing we gave them a hard time of with the MK2S is the rather cheap feeling spool holders they had with that. And slid in nicely that way. And it slid on that way. Press in the direction of the arrows. Sure. How much of the lift is on? There we go. It's on. Pre-flight check. Hey, gummy bear. It's exciting. Oh, my favorite part of working with these things. So I understand it's improved some. Adjusting the pin to probe. That's spare parts. We'll need that in a moment. We'll need this in a moment. That's done. Do I have the silver? I got a roll of silver already on the go here, so I'll use that when we get there. Okay, once again, I have to be clear on that's my left hand facing the front. All the way to the left. Down to the heat bed. And make sure it's slightly touching. Yep. Don't place the steel sheet on the heat bed. Move the extruder carefully all the way to the right. back to the center. So just double check height here. My battery just died. Oh, it's playing a prank on me. I'm going to put a tool on this. Yeah, that's good for that side. Now I know it's in good shape. Okay, take a zip tie. Use the middle part. Release the screw and gently press it against the zip tie. Try the right one. There's the splits over there. Okay. This is one where having a bladed screwdriver helps, because even if that screw is completely loose, the pinda doesn't slide. You have to screw it down. So this is where I'll get a screwdriver just to pop it open. Well, actually, hang on. I have something here. I'll do the job. I think I mentioned the Swiss. This is a Swiss Army knife, a French Army knife. This has corkscrew, 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 corkscrew. There. Much easier. I think I went down too far. Oh, it's on the middle. And tighten the screw again. Now there's an interesting comment they have on here. Do not use glue to fix the pinda probe. I'd say we're pretty close to what's in the picture. And now we go to the new user guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the stream for a moment. I'm going to move the printer over to a new location, and I'll do the firmware update. I'll get that stuff done, and then we'll talk about getting this thing printing. So thanks for being part of it. I got a new printer, and we're going to see it in action shortly.